Tajaha. My name is Oleksiy. I'm Ukrainian. I live in Taipei. Recently, I received many questions from my Taiwanese friends about what is going on, how they can help, etc., etc. I think it would be helpful if I record this video and answer these questions to share this information with you. What is people's reaction to what Russia is doing to Ukraine? In fact, there is a sad but funny joke among Ukrainian people that Putin is the greatest president because, like nobody else, he managed to unite people of Ukraine. Before, we used to have many conflicts and hot discussions about our language, ethnicity, elections, politics. Now all this is left in the past. We are fighting all together with our common enemy. How the relationships between Russia and Ukraine used to be before? Well, in fact, after the fall of the USSR, we used to have very good relationships for almost 25 years. We could even travel between our countries without a passport, just by using our internal ID. And there were many marriages between Russians and Ukrainians, just like my parents. However, the dark and bad side still exists. It was and it's still incredibly common for Russians to look down at Ukrainians as sort of a little bit weird folks from the countryside with their weird language. We used to have very close economical and personal relationships, but somehow Russia never respected our culture. If you ever watch any Russian TV shows, they portray Ukrainians as a little bit stupid and harmless folks who need to be guided by their wiser, older brothers Russians. It's the difference between Taiwan and Ukraine. You guys have TSMC. Taiwan is strongly integrated into international supply chains, which was not, unfortunately, the case for Ukraine. And when Russia invaded Ukraine 8 years ago, most countries simply abandoned us because they didn't see Ukraine as something important. They preferred to close their eyes at what Russia was doing in exchange for bloody Russian money. It was incredibly difficult for us to raise international attention to the Russian crimes. And I believe that would be totally impossible without great help of other countries who ever experienced Russian military aggression in the past, like Georgia, Poland, Lithuania. My family right now, are they safe? My family is in Kiev, which is my hometown. This is where their home is, and they don't really want to live. They spent all their life there. They have their home, they have a dog. My mother just messaged me that a grocery store nearby received a delivery of fresh food, so she's going to go and grab some, and then after she comes back home, she's going to bake some fresh bread. Is your family ready to fight? You see, my father, he served in the USSR military, and he has been a martial arts teacher for over 30 years. He's quite a strong guy. But talking about his personality, he's incredibly kind and soft, and he loves children. He is very friendly to everyone around. And his position in life is that you should try to avoid a conflict at all cost. He speaks Russian all his life, and he feels a very strong connection with Russian culture because of his nationality and where he's from. But what Russia is doing right now is too much even for him. He doesn't serve in the army right now because of his age, but I believe that if something bad happens to anyone in my family, he's definitely ready to kill. What can Taiwan do to help? We need all possible support in defending our land from Russian invaders. What they're doing is just a crime. During the sanctions, ask your politicians to do that. Never collaborate with the Russians. You have to understand that their government are criminals. I think I will have a separate talk on this subject because it really needs digging into history of our cultural differences to explain how exactly this works. We need all possible material help. Many Ukrainians are injured because of war. The situation with medical system is severely worsened by the COVID pandemic. Since our hospitals are very busy dealing with war injuries, they really don't have enough resources to give the medical aid for everyone who needs it. Russians are destroying our infrastructure, they are destroying our gas pipelines, water supplies, electrical lines. And this is incredibly dangerous because it's winter now, it's very cold, and people need to survive without heat and electricity and water. Please donate money to organizations who help to those people who lost everything. Please donate money to organizations who organize medical aid. The price for a single dinner for you in a nice restaurant or buying some fashion item or clothes, in fact, can be enough for saving someone's life, for providing food supply for entire months, for making possible a necessary surgery. Just do it. It's not that difficult. It's a little contribution from everyone makes the work in a big scale. Finally, I believe that after this war is over, we will need to rebuild our country. Welcome to Jen.谢谢大家，乌克兰加油！